If you look at the baggage tags on your suitcase, you won't be surprised that scammers love them more than the luggage itself. Think about it. That little strip of paper wrapped around your handle isn't just a random jumble of numbers and barcodes. It's basically your travel fingerprint. And the moment you toss it into an airport trash can, you might as well be handing over your personal info on a silver platter, garnished with a slice of lemon and a tiny umbrella. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just a piece of paper. What could anyone possibly do with that? Oh, buckle up, because the answer is plenty. And if you've ever been guilty of ripping that tag off your bag and tossing it into the nearest bin before heading home, this might be the moment where you realize you've been starring in your own low-budget heist movie without even knowing it. That humble baggage tag contains more than your flight number. In fact, it can reveal your full name, travel itinerary, frequent flyer number, and even the booking reference for your trip. Combine that with a little bit of social engineering, and you've just given a scammer the keys to a treasure chest full of personal information. If you think this sounds exaggerated, remember, criminals don't need all your data to mess with your life. They just need enough to make themselves believable. A baggage tag is like a partially filled crossword puzzle. A scammer just has to guess a few missing letters, and suddenly they've got the whole picture. And here's where it gets scarier. Airports are perfect hunting grounds for this. Why? Because travelers are distracted, tired, and in a rush, which means your torn-off tag in the trash is basically bait in a barrel, and the scammers? They're the fishermen with nothing better to do than wait. If you think the only risk is someone sending you a few spam emails, think again. Your booking reference, sometimes printed right there on the tag, can be used to access your travel reservation online. From there, a criminal could change your seat, cancel flights, or even alter your contact info so you stop receiving updates. What I tell you next will blow your mind. In some cases, scammers have used this info to figure out when people are out of town. Imagine coming back from a vacation to find your house has been visited while you were gone. And no, they didn't feed your cat. Here's the thing. Airports are full of surveillance cameras, security staff, and announcements about not leaving your bags unattended. But nobody tells you, don't throw away your baggage tag. You're more likely to hear someone yelling about unattended sandwiches than about the fact that the paper in your hand could be a security nightmare. Throwing that tag into the airport trash is like mailing a postcard to identity thieves saying, "Hi, here's my name, my travel details, and proof that I'm far away from home. Enjoy." And guess what? The trash in airports doesn't just disappear. It often sits in bins until it's collected, sometimes in public areas that anyone can access. That means your tag could be picked up minutes or hours after you tossed it. Ah yes, the famous "it's just a barcode" argument. Here's the fun part. Barcodes can be scanned with a phone app. That black and white strip isn't as mysterious as it looks. It can be decoded into plain text faster than you can say, "Why did I trust airplane Wi-Fi?" Once scanned, the information becomes instantly readable and usable by, well, whoever's holding your trash. It's like writing your travel diary in invisible ink and forgetting that scammers own UV lights. Picture this. You land in New York after a long flight, feeling like a human raisin after hours in recycled air. You rip off your baggage tag, toss it into the trash, and head for the taxi line. Later that day, a scammer picks it up, scans it, and now they know your name, the city you flew from, the dates you were away. With that, they could impersonate the airline, send you fake flight change emails, or even use the data to guess passwords. Because, yes, some people use travel dates in their passwords. Please don't. And remember, this isn't limited to big airports in far-off countries. This can happen in your hometown terminal, on a domestic trip, or even at that tiny regional airport with one coffee shop and a baggage belt that sounds like it's powered by hamsters. Here's the good news. You don't need a security degree or a shredder built into your suitcase to protect yourself. All you have to do is destroy that tag before it leaves your hands. Tear it up, rip it into tiny pieces, crumple it beyond recognition. If you want to get dramatic about it, pretend it's the season finale of a spy drama and the tag contains nuclear codes. And don't just do it once, make it a habit. Because the one time you forget might be the time someone decides your travel info is their next payday. You might wonder, if this is such a big deal, why don't airlines make announcements about it? Simple. Their job ends when your luggage reaches the carousel. After that, the tag is your problem. They're not in the business of teaching travel security. They're in the business of moving people from point A to point B without losing too many bags along the way. That's why this tip has to come from other travelers, people who've learned the hard way or dug into the details. Because once you know about the risk, you start to see it everywhere. People peeling off tags and leaving them behind on seats, trash cans overflowing with personal data. Even those little paper strips still attached to bags weeks later, like sad travel souvenirs. If this baggage tag thing surprised you, wait until you hear how many other little travel habits can put you at risk. Using public charging stations without a data blocker, leaving your boarding pass on a cafe table, or even oversharing vacation pics while you're still away from home, it's all like giving breadcrumbs to a very hungry, very motivated stranger. And the worst part? Most of these things don't feel dangerous until something bad happens. That's why travel security isn't just about locking your suitcase. It's about thinking like someone who's looking for an easy target and making sure you're not it. Aside from your baggage tag, keeping an eye on your boarding pass is just as important. Sure, it might look like nothing more than a flimsy piece of paper with your seat number printed on it, but hidden in those barcodes and booking references is a gold mine of personal information. We're talking about your full name, frequent flyer account, travel itinerary, and sometimes even enough details for someone to sneak into your booking and make changes without you knowing. And here's the scary part. It doesn't take a tech wizard to exploit it. A single quick snapshot taken from a cafe table, an airport bench, or even while you're distracted scrolling your phone is all someone needs. Once decoded, your travel details can be used for targeted scams, fake airline emails, or worse, to figure out exactly when you're not at home. The bottom line? Treat your boarding pass with the same respect you'd give your passport. Keep it with you until you can destroy it, rip it up, shred it, or at least tear through the barcode. Because once that slip of paper is out of your control, so is your personal information. The wrong people should never know when your house is empty. Posting your sipping coconuts in Bali photo on social media might be a flex, but it can also be a neon sign telling the world, "My home is empty right now." Burglars and scammers sometimes scan social media for exactly this kind of intel. It's safer to share the highlights after you've returned. You'll still get the likes, but without broadcasting your absence in real time. To keep your personal information to yourself, you also need to watch out for those USB charging stations at airports. That free charging kiosk at the airport might seem like a lifesaver, but juice-jacking attacks can turn it into a hacker's best friend. Cybercriminals can hide malicious software in the USB connection itself, meaning that while you think you're just topping up your battery, your phone might be handing over contacts, messages, and sensitive files. A tiny device called a USB data blocker can prevent this, letting you charge safely without the unwanted data exchange. Travel should be about memories, not mishaps, so protect yourself before you even take off. Tear up your baggage tags before tossing them, keep your boarding pass with you until it's safely destroyed, and save those vacation photos for after you're home. And when your phone battery is running low, think twice before plugging into public USB charging stations. Use your own adapter or a portable charger instead. Small habits like these can make a big difference in keeping your personal information, your home, and your trip secure. Safe travels, and keep the surprises on your itinerary, not in your inbox.